They've done quite a few improvements here at the security area. It literally took me 2 minutes to get through security from start to finish. I mean, yeah. So now they're actually going to bring some more food in here. That's nice for a change. This is the terminal. I'm going to put my backpack on real quick. As we head down to terminal or to gate 14. Well, the coffee shop is closed. And the Hudson News down here is closed. And that's it for the lower part of the terminal. Have a couple gates here. They are doing some work to improve the place. Started recently, and the TSA is looking really, really good. And it has more room. So now we go upstairs. The flights that were down here are ones you walk up the stairs to the plane. These have the jetway that most places have. They do have some space here for resting and preparing for your trip. Get some work done while you're waiting. So this flight was delayed about an hour and a half, and they're trying to tell me that there's going to be a tight connection in Phoenix, but it's only an hour and a half, or it is an hour and a half layover. And here's the other amenities: a bar, restaurant, and a Hudson News, and that's it here. So he was telling me that I might have too tight a connection, but I said it's an hour and a half. And then he looked and he's like, yeah, you got time. I said, yeah, it's 4 gates over. He's like, yeah, you got plenty of time. But I think he's still a little concerned. And checking in, actually, I think took longer than getting through security, to be honest. And that wasn't that long either. So, going over to gate 14, which of course I kind of went the wrong side. And there we are over there. And that is this terminal.
Passengers traveling outbound on Alaska Flight 3388.
So I'll wait here for about an hour and a half for a board. So I will go put my stuff down and probably grab something to drink at the Hudson News. Go over here towards the gates or the windows here.
That's going to put you into San Diego.
Kind of see there's not much plane spotting here. There's a bird spotting, but not a lot here.
Questions or concerns, please see DV your baggage number 11. At this time, we
go over here where there's less glare.
Confirm passengers holding a boarding pass on this flight to San Diego.
So
if you have not made your way through security,
you see the Sierra Nevada mountains there in the background with the foothills right up front.
Your aircraft should be landing here in the next 10 minutes.
Stop this one for now.
Passengers deplane.
Okay, so we are here. I'm waiting at gate 14. Like I said, this flight is about an hour and a half behind schedule. The flight that's flying in left from Dallas, and I guess they've got some runway issues there, some repairs, and so they were late leaving Dallas, and so we're going to be late getting in to Phoenix. I had a 3-hour layover scheduled. Now it's down to about an hour and a half. The gate agent was originally like, whoa, that's a close connection. It's like, it's an hour and a half. Half's not, you know. And the gates are, I'm on gate A4, and then I get off on gate A8, or vice versa. Anyway, they're close. So I'm not concerned about that at all. I don't think I addressed in my first video too much why I was saying ugh on American Airlines. I have never had an entire
Attention, the terminal for
trip
those passengers just now traveling inbound on Alaska Flight 1056 with services
pleasant.
from Seattle. Check luggage.
I've had
Go
a few
ahead and make
legs
a
that are
claim over
nice,
at baggage claim.
but overall,
thank you and welcome to Fresno.
and they're kind of cheap. They don't have the IFEs on the planes, which is stupid, especially for longer flights. I mean, this flight to Phoenix is short, but then I saw where it's coming from Dallas. That's like a 4-hour flight. Really? You gotta stream your own advice? That's cheap, and I'm in first class, and there still isn't one. So, yeah, they're kind of cheap, but the price was right. That's why I'm flying them. My gracious, benevolent boss, thanks boss, let me use his air miles. So I got this flight for free. So I'm going from here to Phoenix, and I'll be leaving Phoenix at 11:45, and then traveling to Chicago O'Hare. It's a 3.5-hour flight. Then I have about a 4.5-hour layover, a little over 4.5 hours. Then flying to Quebec, getting in there at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. So not looking forward to these flights, but I am glad to be at the airport, getting ready to leave finally. But like I said, this airport, there's no amenities here. There's one restaurant bar. There's the Hudson News. That's it. That is literally it here, and that's the way it's been for years. They are doing some expansion and remodeling, which is good. Like I said, TSA they've gotten, I think, done with. It looks really nice. There's a lot more room there. It's more spacious. But of course, it didn't matter because I was the only one in line. So got through that pretty quick. So we'll see how it goes. I see a Southwest flight taking off now from here, and they're going to Las Vegas, I'm sure, because that's the only place they fly in and out of from here. It's Las Vegas, but I'm not going to Las Vegas, thankfully.
American Airlines flight number 1548 with service to Phoenix. From Fresno to Phoenix, our flying time will be 1 hour and 21 minutes. Your safety is important to us. Please pause for a moment. Give your attention to the flight attendants. Luggage and personal articles should be stowed either overhead or under the seat in front of you. To prepare for departure, close your tray table and place your seat in the upright position. For those customers seated in an overwing exit seat, window shades must remain open for a taxi, takeoff, and landing. If you haven't already fastened your seatbelt, insert the metal fitting into the buckle and pull the strap so it's tight across your hips. To open your seatbelt, lift the top of the buckle. Keep your seatbelt fastened when the seatbelt sign is on, and just in case there's turbulence, keep it on whenever you're in your seat. U.S. law requires compliance with lighted, posted signs and for instructions. All flights are non-smoking. This includes e-cigarettes. It's against the law to tamper with, disable, or destroy the lavatory smoke detectors. The safety card in your seat pocket explains the safety features of this airplane, including the location and operation of exits and flotation devices. This airplane has 2 exit doors in the front, 4 window exits over the wings, and 2 exit doors in the back. All exits have evacuation slides to use in an emergency. When directed to exit, jump onto the slide and move away from the airplane. In a water evacuation, the exit door slides in the front and back of the airplane can be detached and used for flotation. All exits are clearly marked with signs and opening instructions. If needed, exit path lighting in the aisle will illuminate near the floor to guide you to an exit indicated by signs and lights. Keep in mind that the closest exit may be behind you. In the event of an emergency, leave all belongings and proceed to the closest usable exit. If needed, oxygen mask will drop from an overhead compartment. Remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and pull the mask down to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and put the elastic band over your head. Pull the straps to tighten and breathe normally. Put on your mask before helping others. Oxygen is flowing even if the bag doesn't inflate. In a water evacuation, you can use your seat cushion for flotation. Pull up to remove the cushion and take it to the closest usable exit. When exiting the airplane, place your arms through the straps and hug the cushion to your chest. If necessary, an infant life vest will be distributed by a flight attendant. The safety guard shows how to use it. We'll be dimming the cabin lights for takeoff. Individual radio light controls can be found overhead. Federal regulations prohibit smoking, including the use of e-cigarettes and vaping devices at any time aboard the aircraft. These devices may not be plugged into any power source, including USB ports and AC outlets. If you are wearing a face covering, in the event oxygen mask drop from an overhead compartment, remove your face covering before placing the oxygen mask over your nose and mouth. We're coming through the aisle now for our final safety checks. We appreciate you choosing American. We do apologize for delayed departure here out of Fresno. We'll get you to Phoenix just as quickly and safely as possible. For now, sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff.